My sister called me in a panic and begged me to meet her at a Walmart parking lot. When I arrived, she shoved her feverish 6-year-old daughter into my car and said, "Just 1 hour." I waited. 2 hours passed. Then 2 days. Then 2 years. She never came back. And when she finally called, her first words weren't "thank you." They were, "Give me $10,000 or I'll report you for kidnapping." Before I tell you how I raised my sister's abandoned child for 2 years on a single income, only to be blackmailed and accused of kidnapping, hit that subscribe button. Because this is a story about what happens when family mistakes your love for weakness. Let's begin. My name is Megan, and I'm a single mother barely scraping by. I work as a medical assistant at a small clinic, and every dollar I earn goes toward keeping my daughter Isabella and me afloat. We live in a modest 2-bedroom apartment. I clip coupons. I buy store brand everything. At the end of every month, I'm usually left with less than $50 in my checking account. But we're happy. Isabella is 8 years old, healthy, and loved. That's all that matters to me. My older sister Madison has always lived differently. She's impulsive, chaotic, and believes that rules and responsibilities only apply to other people, specifically to me. Madison has always been the dramatic one, the one who makes bad decisions and expects everyone else to clean up the mess. 2 years ago, Madison called me on a Tuesday afternoon. I was at work, updating patient files, when my phone buzzed. "Megan, I need you. Right now. It's an emergency." My heart jumped. "What happened? Are you okay? Is Sophia okay?" Sophia is Madison's daughter. She was 6 years old then, a sweet, quiet little girl I'd always adored. "Sophia's fine. Well, she has a little fever. Nothing serious, but I need you to watch her for an hour. Maybe 2. I have a last-minute appointment and I can't bring her." "Madison, I'm at work. I can't just, please Megan, just 1 hour. I'll meet you at the Walmart on 5th Street. The parking lot. I'm already there. Please. Against my better judgment." I told my supervisor I had a family emergency and left. When I pulled into the Walmart parking lot 20 minutes later, Madison's car was already there. She was parked near the garden center entrance, engine running. I parked next to her and got out. Madison immediately opened her back door and practically dragged Sophia out of her car seat. "Come on, sweetheart. You're going with Aunt Megan for a little bit." Sophia looked tired. Her cheeks were flushed, and she was clutching a stuffed rabbit. "Mommy, I don't feel good." "I know, baby. Aunt Megan will take care of you. I'll be back really soon." Madison shoved Sophia toward me and started backing toward her car. "Wait," I said. "Madison, how long is this appointment?" "Just an hour. 2 at the most. I promise." Before I could ask anything else, Madison was in her car and pulling out. She didn't wave. She didn't look back. She just drove away. I stood there with Sophia's small hand in mine, watching Madison's car disappear. "Aunt Megan, my head hurts," Sophia said quietly. I looked down at her. She did look feverish, not dangerously sick, but definitely not well. I buckled Sophia into the back seat next to Isabella, who was delighted to have her cousin along. I gave Sophia some water and checked her forehead. Warm, but not burning. Then I tried calling Madison. The call went straight to voicemail. I waited 10 minutes and tried again. Voicemail. An hour passed. I tried calling 5 more times. Every call went to voicemail. 2 hours passed. Still no Madison. I walked into the Walmart and asked security if they could check their parking lot cameras. The guard was sympathetic but said they couldn't without a police report. So I called the police. The officer who responded was professional but couldn't do much. He took my statement, noted that Sophia appeared safe, and said that unless there was evidence of immediate danger, it was a family matter. "Has your sister done anything like this before?" "No, she's flaky, but she's never abandoned Sophia. Give it another few hours. If she doesn't show up by tonight, file a missing person report." I took Sophia and Isabella home. I gave Sophia fever reducer, made both girls dinner, and kept trying to reach Madison. Every call went to voicemail. Every text went unanswered. By 10 p.m., I was panicking. I called Madison's ex-husband, Ethan, who is Sophia's father. "Megan? What's going on?" "Ethan, have you heard from Madison? She left Sophia with me this afternoon and she's not answering her phone." There was a long pause. Then Ethan sighed. "She did it." "Did what?" "She told me 2 weeks ago she needed a break. She said she couldn't handle being a mother. She asked if I could take Sophia." I said no. I'm deployed overseas in Germany. I told her she needed to figure it out. My blood ran cold. Ethan, are you saying Madison planned to abandon Sophia? I didn't think she'd actually do it. But she's been saying for months that she's overwhelmed, that she made a mistake having a kid. She left her daughter with me in a Walmart parking lot and disappeared. I can't take Sophia right now. I won't be back stateside for 6 months. Can you keep her safe until I get back? Ethan, I can barely afford to take care of my own daughter. I'll send money when I can. But right now, you're the only option. Please, Megan, don't let her go into the system. What choice did I have? Okay, but Madison needs to be held accountable. Agreed. File whatever reports you need. I'll back you up. The next day, I filed a report with Child Protective Services. They opened a case, noted that Sophia was safe in my care, and attempted to locate Madison. But Madison had vanished. Her phone was disconnected. Her apartment was abandoned. For the first 2 months, I hoped Madison would come back. I kept Sophia home with me, telling people she was visiting, but I couldn't enroll her in school or take her to the doctor. Legally, I had no authority. As weeks turned into months, reality set in. Madison wasn't coming back. Sophia needed stability. I filed for emergency temporary guardianship through Child Protective Services. The caseworker, Martha, reviewed my case. The abandonment report, 2 months of no contact, Ethan deployed overseas. This is clearly abandonment, Martha said. I'll recommend the court grant you temporary guardianship. 3 weeks later, Judge Walter Harrison granted me temporary legal guardianship. This gives you authority to make educational and medical decisions, he explained. Custody will be reviewed every 6 months. Now I could enroll Sophia in school. Now I could take her to the doctor. Now, legally, I was her guardian, so I did what I had to do. I enrolled Sophia in Isabella's school. I moved her into Isabella's room. I bought her thrift store clothes. I celebrated her 7th birthday with homemade cake. I loved her because she deserved to be loved. But it was hard. My grocery bills doubled. My electric bill went up. I worked overtime constantly, but there were never enough hours or dollars. Every 6 months, I went back to court. Any contact from the mother? Judge Harrison would ask. No, Your Honor. Each time, my guardianship was extended. There were nights when I cried in the shower because I didn't know how I'd pay rent. I started buying generic everything. I cut the cable. I learned to cook beans and rice a dozen ways, but I never sent Sophia away. She was innocent, and through it all, 2 years, Madison never called. Never sent money, never showed up to court. Nothing. Then one afternoon, my phone rang. Unknown number. Hello? Megan, Madison, where the hell have you been? I needed time to figure things out. I'm better now. I want Sophia back. You want Sophia back? Madison, you abandoned her. You disappeared for 2 years. I didn't abandon her. I left her with you temporarily. Temporarily? It's been 2 years. You never called, never sent money. I knew she was safe with you. You had no right. I've been raising 2 kids on my salary. I can barely afford groceries. Madison's tone turned cold. Actually, we need to talk about that. About what? About you keeping my daughter from me. My jaw dropped. Are you serious? If I go to the police and tell them you kidnapped my daughter, that I left her with you for a few hours and you refused to give her back, things could get complicated for you. You're threatening me? You took my child. You filed legal papers without my consent. That sounds like kidnapping. Because you disappeared. That's your version. My version is, I had an emergency, and when I tried to get her back, you'd stolen custody. I felt sick. What do you want, Madison? $10,000? What? Give me $10,000 and I'll sign over my rights. No custody battle, no police. Or we can go to court, and I'll make your life hell. Even if I don't win, the legal fees will destroy you. You can barely afford groceries. How will you afford a lawyer? My hands shook. I don't have $10,000. Then I guess we're going to court. And I'll make sure everyone knows what you did. Something snapped inside me. Fine, let's go to court. Call me a kidnapper, report me, because I have 2 years of documentation. Bank statements, school records, medical records, court-ordered guardianship papers, CPS reports from the day you disappeared, and Ethan's written statement confirming you planned to abandon Sophia. Madison was silent. You have nothing. You disappeared for 2 years. Never call your daughter on her birthday. Never sent $1. Never showed up to custody hearings. So go ahead. Take me to court. I'm done being scared of you. You'll regret this. See you in court. I hung up. Madison filed for emergency custody 2 weeks later, claiming I'd unlawfully detained her daughter. I hired a lawyer named Janice who took my case at a reduced rate. We organized every piece of evidence: bank statements, medical records, school forms, CPS reports, custody review documentation, and Ethan's statement. The hearing day arrived. I was terrified, but when Madison walked in, I knew she'd lost. She looked disheveled. No lawyer. Just handwritten notes she shuffled nervously. Judge Harrison, the same judge who'd granted me guardianship, reviewed the file silently. Then he looked at Madison. Ms. Carter, you're claiming your sister unlawfully detained your daughter for 2 years? Yes, Your Honor. I left Sophia briefly while dealing with an emergency. When I tried to get her back, Megan had filed documents and refused. A brief period, the judge repeated. According to records, you disappeared for 2 years. Made no contact. Provided no support. Didn't attend any custody review hearings. I was dealing with a mental health crisis. And your sister fed, clothed, housed, educated, and provided medical care entirely out of pocket while working as a medical assistant and raising her own child. Correct? Madison hesitated. Yes, but without my permission. She filed for guardianship after you abandoned your daughter in a parking lot and disappeared. She followed every legal procedure correctly. Judge Harrison turned to me. Ms. Turner, do you wish to retain custody? I stood. Yes, Your Honor. Sophia has been with me for 2 years. She's settled, happy, thriving. I love her like my own daughter. The judge nodded, then looked at Madison. I've reviewed the evidence thoroughly. Your sister documented everything. She provided a stable, loving home. You vanished without trace and made no effort to contact your child. Your Honor, I was sick. If you were sick, you could have called, sent a letter, asked someone to check on your daughter. You did none of those things. And now you return not with gratitude, but with threats and demands for money. Madison went pale. She told you? Your sister's attorney submitted recordings of your conversations, including where you attempted to extort $10,000 and threatened false kidnapping accusations. I'm granting full permanent custody of Sophia Carter to Megan Turner, effective immediately. No, Madison shouted. Furthermore, you will have supervised visitation only, pending evaluation. You will also pay child support once you secure employment. I don't have a job. That's your responsibility. You have a legal obligation to contribute financially. This hearing is adjourned. The gavel came down. That was 6 months ago. Madison hasn't shown up for a single visit. Hasn't paid $1. There's a warrant out for her arrest now for contempt of court. But Sophia is thriving. She calls me Mama Megan now. She's happy, confident, loved. Ethan visits on leave and contributes financially now. He's endlessly grateful. People ask if I regret taking on Sophia. The answer is no, never. Sophia didn't ask to be abandoned. She deserved love and stability. I gave her that. Madison will always be her biological mother, but I'm the one who showed up. I'm the one who stayed. Isabella and Sophia call themselves sisters now. They share a room, share secrets, fight over toys, and make up minutes later. We're a family. Not the family I planned, but the family we became. And that's what matters most. If this story moved you, hit that like button. Subscribe for more stories about choosing love and standing up for those who can't stand up for themselves. Drop a comment. Have you ever had to step up when a family failed? I want to hear your stories. See you in the next one.